Gamers, we're back, and we're having a good time playing the Bazaar. Lots of fun playing Vanessa right now, as long as you never lose like more than 2 rounds in the first 10 days. There's a lot. It's a whole new world, as they would say. A new fantastic point of view. POV, you're on a magic carpet ride over Agrabah. Whatever, man. Whatever. It's interesting, right? It's interesting what we got going here. Restorative Jellyfish can scale and then become a decent healer, and the enchantment is pretty good. I do feel like Obsidian Powder Flask, the damage is irrelevant, but kind of an interesting idea. And it's nice to have something that reloads ammo items. So you're gonna heal for 30. Well, I think you're just better early. I think poison is not what the meta's built for Vanessa right now. I think that early on, you solve a lot of problems for us, which I'm really appreciative of. I'm gonna go, they're calling it ammo mode. I'm gonna go ammo mode really quick. Just see what you got. You're the dude. You're the dude, man. So we go, we just hold Orange Julius, and then we go like weapon spam. You go Viper for the kill. Like Restorative Jellyfish actually might, in this build, be a perfect transformation target. Like, decent enough to put on the board right away, but if we could transform it into like a Zoracid or something like that, there's a lot of possibilities. There's no end to the possibilities. You could play Mortal Kombat with a friend in Vietnam, or watch SportsCenter on another. You ever see the cable guy, Jim Carrey? Modern audiences, they're saying modern audiences can't handle it. I think you're out of here. You're into here. You now have a reason to be here. I'm just wondering, do you think we have a friend? We should take XP. Even if we lose today, we have a glide path for where we want to be. We probably do enough damage if you don't have healing. You have shield. Your shield is not amazing. 1 crit from the grenade would really help out, obviously. But I think we got an okay setup here. Not to say we're guaranteed to win. I think we have an okay setup. The poison's doing something. The regen... Not the regen, but the restorative jellyfish is doing something. We don't need much to finish the job here. Now, we don't need much to get the job finished either, so you gotta be careful. We got there. It looked a little close for a second, but we got there. And my dream is that this is going to be like the weakest we are. The faster we can get to weapon spam plus a full board so we can put Orange Julian out there, the happier we're going to be. So extra damage is a big part of this. That's left-handed, right? Or right? That's right-handed? We want medium items because we want a katana or shark claws. Or a cutlass, or possibly all of the above. I do think it's maybe just a little late for Lanjon, but you're gonna be a stud. Can you just move for a second? Like, geez Louise, man. You can move. You don't really have anything else to put on there. And I'm not really comfortable selling much here, I think. Because if our board expands, we want to make sure we have the weapons to actually put him down there. Sorry, I have this backwards again. You should be here. Okay, that's fine. I think we're in a great spot, man. Go ahead and give me gold. I think that neutral item is a very, very, like, mid-risk, very high... Or, sorry, mid-reward, very high risk. I'm starting to, after 3,000 hours of playing this game, I'm finally starting to lay bare my strategies. That's right, I'm revealing the secrets for you and for you alone. The secrets to getting consistently 5 to 7 wins in unranked. but keeping a smile on your face the whole time. Have I ever crashed out at the Bazaar? It's been suggested. Have I ever crashed out so hard I said, I'm not going to play this, let's go back to League of Legends? No, man, no, that's not going to happen. We're here for a long time, not a good time. I think that with this little gold, let's start getting the transformation going on this to try to get to a better item, essentially. We're not going to level. We do, I think the gimme... Your cooldown just comes down, right? There's no advantage to... Well, there's no immediate advantage to upgrading you, but it'll make you a lot easier to justify putting you on the board. How long does it take you to go off? Too long. But we're gonna get there. It's you... The grenade is the right play, man. I guess you might as well put restorative ambergris out there. I don't necessarily see restorative ambergris being a huge play for us, but sure, man. What do you got here? Slow. Oh, first time you use an item, haste a weapon. Your weapons have a better crit chance. No reload. You have great healing, but we have Shark Claws scaling. I mean, you don't have great healing. You have great healing for where we're at in the game. This can't be a loss, man. I just refuse to believe that this could be a loss. Even with the poison on us, like the amount of damage we're doing with the cutlass, man. That in and of itself, we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose. Please, luckiest cutlass crit of all time. Oh, it didn't get there. That's crazy, man.
No.
Okay, so obviously, what's our problem? When the board expands, we need more non-reloading weapons because the grenade doesn't live long enough without any ammo to inherit enough damage to really become meaningful in combat. The Shark Claws is just buffing one other thing. I'm still feeling pretty good. The bigger the board gets, the happier we're going to be. Because your friends are my friends, and my friends are your friends. The bigger the board gets, the happier we'll be. We really want to see Katana. Katana rounds out, like, the dream that we've got going on. We know we're going to have friends, so I don't think we need Pet Rock. I really don't think we need this. We'd rather just throw a Narwhal out there, to be honest with you. Attacks every 4 seconds. I don't think you're ever going to make it. If anything, like, I'm going to knock you guys off the board. Because the more gold we get, the better Orange Julian becomes. Small items? I don't think we care too much for small items. Give me a small tool that might be sellable then. It's a small item. Now that I think about it. This is big though. Tempest Flame Dancer could be huge. I think I mean, obviously what we want here is Flaming Cutlass, but overall, we want something to justify getting rid of the grenade. Don't let the crit's not gonna save you, buddy. You had your chance last game, okay? And then we want to replace grenade with Katana, plus after our board expands, we'd have some extra space to work with, but we got some time before that really matters. I feel like income might not be that important on Orange Julian. Like, he's gonna get there either way. Small and mediums, on the other hand. Small and mediums are very interesting to me. You seem like you could fit over grenade. And I understand the danger, but I think that it might be the right play. Now, you do get more value over time, but I still think that the dream is transforming you into a small restorative weapon. That seems right to me. And then Curio also buffs Orange Julian. Sorry, for me, this is a new item, so I'm still... I'm working it through, let's put it that way. So, like, buying this for 5 and then selling it for 5 is net good. You matter, you matter, you matter, you matter, you matter. You're gone. In a minute, you won't even be matter, I think is what they say next. But I'm not going to sell these until we need the gold or we get something that's good with restorative. Because I don't want to sell them into nothing. This is good enough. It probably should go on the Cutlass, I think. And then do we want Shadow Cloak? Shadow Cloak that probably makes the Katana go faster. I feel like you're not that relevant. Like, obviously this would scale you faster, but we're caught in the middle between, like, scaling and killing quickly. Not gonna level. This is a thinker right here. I think we for sure want Shadow Cloak. I honestly think Shark Claws just gets outclassed by Orange Julian. And then you run something like this. It's kind of like the best of both worlds. Now, if our board expands, Shark Claws goes out there, but for now, I think this is the way. Among Us, we're cooked, guys. We're cooked. They've been training for video gaming ever since remote learning kicked in March 2020. I think we got big we can only survive like 2 hits from this. Their board isn't even full. They're literally out here just mogging me for sport. We're about to pay the iron price, bro. Yeah, that's just like a disgustingly synergistic build. I can't be mad at that, Dooley. It's not the first power drill I've ever seen. We're 1 and 2. 1 and 2, but with like high upshot potential. I'm being serious here. You might disagree with this take, man. We upgrade restorative ambergris. At some point, with enough transformations, it will become a silver weapon. We don't really want the ammo anyway. It'll become a silver weapon or an item of otherwise some use. It's not going to be restorative seashell. That one stings me a little bit. Well, it more than stings me, it flicks me a little bit, some might say. We do want more HP, but it's hard to argue with the weaponry, right? I think we got to go in on Blood Reef Raider. This will be like, we're not quite where I want to be, but I think we can get there pretty easily. All we want here, I think, is Silver Revolver. Crow's Nest is not what we're built for. Or gold. Gold, like, Orange Julian is kind of getting there, man. Be nice to get them off faster, but, like, you know, sometimes, I was going to say I read the comments, but that would be a lie. Sometimes I imagine the comments, and I imagine they're saying, like, you got to get this guy going off faster. Okay, chill. Be cool, honey bunny. It's only day 4, man. We're still getting, like, you know, silver revolvers and stuff like that, you know? We got a while to go until something like, I don't even know, like Aquatic Rush comes out. Get a friend. Non-weapon items. We kind of need, like... kind of need something like this. Not to buff healing items, because they don't keep their buffs through transformations, I believe. And you're going to give me a silver tier skill like a reroll into... If you have less health than your opponent, your items gain 10% crit chance. If you have 7 items in play, your weapons deal 20 damage. Now that's very interesting, because I could easily cut you for a 20 damage bonus. It's... They're not the best items to be putting out there, I suppose, but... You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago. I think it's the right play to get plus 20 damage times, like, 5 triggers or something. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay. They've got a healing and poison build. The Yeti Crab will scale them real quick. This is not, like, out of the norm, but it'd be really nice if we just happen to finish this fight quickly. That's helpful. We could just get a little extra damage out there. Like that, if we could just have our Cutlass not be slowed for 100 years, that would really hit the spot. Oh my god, it worked. Okay, well, I mean, we drew, technically, but a draw is a win in this game. And I really think our run, at this point, it gets better, so independent of whatever we do, that all we have to do is kind of like hold on, man. Hopefully we're through the worst of it. Okay, you've now become a weapon, man. Restorative Calico actually seems like it might be the dream. It does double crit damage. Its crit chance is going to scale really quick. And it's going to heal equal to its damage. The problem is it's going to take a while to get off cooldown. But we could sell this into you. Right, I understand the issue now. We could sell this into you. All we need to do is put one more item out there. Like, for example... That's not really good. Although, it might be synergistic, but I don't think it's what we're looking for. My thinking is, if we're not going to get the damage bonus, let's run a revolver that shoots really fast to charge up Restorative Calico. And then I think we can take Trash Town Mare. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but we want weapon spam here without a doubt. It's just we don't have all the tools yet, but augmented weaponry would be like a huge get. So we're basically thinking, like, if we live long enough for Orange Julian to go off, the Calico Cat, whatever it's called, Calico Critter, it gets so strong, the crits are guaranteed and the crits are double damage, right? Yeah, so like you don't need too many good hits for this to hit. But the skill would go crazy here. The skill would go insane. This is not good, but it is good for immediate damage, I guess. You don't really fit. I get the idea that the haste is built in here, but you don't really fit. We'd love to see haste slow and cooldown items, though. Turbo Clamora? It allows us to at least put 2 smalls out there, right? Which I think is much better for us. But overall, I don't expect that to be huge. Reduce the cooldown of your other items by 10% for this fight. Increase this item's cooldown by 4 seconds. 10%. I do feel like Shark Claws at bronze is just getting, like, bodied by Orange Julian. So maybe we can afford to experiment a little bit here. And I'm going full gold on our upgrades a lot of the time. Health and shield items. I think, to be honest with you, I'd rather look for a weapon. That's not a weapon we want to see. I don't think you're ever going to make it back. I honestly don't think you're ever going to make it back either. So why not feed Orange Julius a little bit? Okay. A level 5 Vanessa. We have coverage, man. We have some healing. We have a lot of scaling. You got a Shadow Cloak, Lifesteal, Piranha. So they're going 1 weapon build with Orange Julian, Piranha that's going to go off quite frequently. I'm not going to say that we're, like, guaranteed to win this, because I think that all it takes is a couple of dice rolls for that to look a lot different than it actually did, but I guess they didn't get the memo that single weapon Vanessa, it's a little on the out now, okay? It doesn't mean it's not good. It doesn't mean you can't have fun with it, but I think it's not as Incubus style stellar as it used to be. Let's take a look at some non-weapons. I'm getting tempted into this, like, buy-sell, man. I'm not going to buy-sell on silvers with this amount of gold, but something like Chum Bucket, I guess, is basically like a guarantee. 6 seconds? 4 seconds? The haste is good, but, I mean, you just going off more frequently also seems really nice. And actually, you know what? It's nice to have Clamora. Friend gains multicast, increase this item's cooldown. It's like, it's close, man. Like, you getting multicast would be pretty slick. I don't know, maybe I'll just keep you in the bag for now. I forgot what I was about to say, though. I forgot everything I was talking about. That's okay. Give me 2 XP, please. Lich is not beatable for me. Dire Inglet, I don't even remember what it is that you do. Like, you know what? I can't believe I'm doing this. You're not the good wolf, right? There's a good wolf and a bad wolf. Dire Inglet is the bad wolf, but they do have Obsidian Fang. Should probably, I mean, it's the same amount of XP. It's a slight dip in gold, but to get, I mean, gold pelt would be fine, but to get Obsidian Fang would be nice. We're kind of running small weapon spam. And then we also have a multicasting Cutlass. I'm not sure if the Cutlass is going to stick. It's hard to get rid of multicast when you got damage scaling, but, you know, we also get the more weapons we put on the board, the more things get that plus 25 damage bonus. Okay, well, it's not really too relevant. Plus, I keep buffing the crit chance on our Katana. So if I had to guess, sorry, on our Cutlass. If I had to guess, I'd say the Cutlass probably ain't going anywhere.
I respect loyalty.
Big plays, though. You coming out faster is always going to be beneficial. Skill shops would go crazy now, I feel. Let me get 2 gold and a weapon. Golf clubs, huh? At least it's gold golf clubs. That's pretty good. For me to poop on. And lockbox will one day get sold for a little damage, too. Skill upgrades. I think I'd rather take the 4% crit chance than 10 flat damage right now. A Vanessa on 3, level 6 Vanessa. I'm level 7, right? Not that that means we're guaranteed to win, but it informs how I'll feel if we lose. Are you a scaling submarine? You're a scaling submarine. Your Julian is even a little bit more juice than mine. Even though it stings to hear. Okay, that's a big sub, bro. Okay, but I had to defend my honor because I was very worried that 1 weapon Vanessa was actually going to beat us, okay? How are you supposed to win? You don't even have any orangutans or horses on your board. You're playing Bazaar January 2025, bro. It's almost June. Ah, I'm just playing. Kinda. Okay. Give me Zoroaster. I don't know. Give me something good. You're not. You go off all the time, which is actually sick. But I still don't think you're good enough. I don't know if you're good enough though. So maybe there is something to this, man. 5 damage on everything. It's kind of expensive, but considering we just wait for you to go off in 9 seconds anyway. There is a part of me that thinks reduce the 10%. I mean, 10% across the board, I guess, is pretty solid. And especially if we could get a bonk off of this guy, which is just not to be a broken record, but it's what you're always looking for. Truth be told, I think that... Listen, I don't watch a whole lot of the Bazaar content, including my own. If I had to guess, I feel like a mistake that people could easily make with a build like we have right now is overemphasizing you have to pump Orange Julian. I don't think we need to gold max at the expense of other constraints we could be looking at right now. Because, like, it leveling... Or it going off once is already like a 9x damage buff on all this stuff. Focusing on some... And not that it's apples to apples, but on... If we could get it to go off faster, that would be big, I think. You're never going to make it on the board. You're going to go at some point. I don't know what you're going to do, but you're going to go at some point.
I do not teach. I help you discover.
If you have one weapon, it has lifesteal and crit. First 5 times you use your leftmost item. Haste an item. Alright, I think for the amount of gold available here, this seems okay. And what goes off fastest? You go off fastest. I'm a big small weapons Andy right now. Always interesting, man. Dive weights. Like, the haste is really good. At least I'll put you in the bag. Because you may not actually do anything. It's tough not to run that. You know what? Okay, here's what I'm thinking now. Run this, and then dive weights in between 2 aquatic items. We added a weapon and a haster and took off a cooldown reducer. Which, to me, seems totally fine. I'm going to save some gold. I'm going to go small non-weapon. It's a great item. It's not for us, but it's a great item. Okay, a 3-win Mac on level 7. We're a 4-win Vanessa on level 8. Don't get overconfident, but it's always nice to be, you know, punching down in the world of the Bazaar. In other domains, it reflects poorly on you, but... Okay, they're gonna be trying for like an infinite spider mace type situation here. I think we're fairly weak against slow, but we do also have just like some great raw numbers. Yeah, there's no denying that. Gotten a little lucky with the crits. If I maybe demure, maybe snuck out one more win than we deserve because of our crits up to this point, and I'm loving every minute of it. What do you got for me?
What do you got? You got some good stuff.
1 damage, but and also 1 gold. Don't forget about the 1 gold. You're never making it. You can't. You're never going back on the board. Sorry, you're never going back on the board. You're too cool for me. Might as well buy sell anything that gives us gold back. It's enough to tilt it in our favor, I think. All weapons gain 2 damage. I mean, I'm not focusing on just getting Orange Julian going like crazy, but I mean, I'm not gonna say no to some big upgrades when we get the opportunity. Claws is interesting, man. Does double crit? Its crit chance is gonna be pretty low by default. Stinger just goes off too slow, I think, to actually be worthwhile. Otherwise, the built-in lifesteal would be like pretty good. Not bad. I gotta remember that our damage scaling from Orange Julian is also our healing scaling. Sentences that don't sound like they make sense, but it really is. Silencer. Turbo Silencer. When you use the weapon to the left of this, haste it for 2 seconds. Well, that's tough, man. That's tough. 2 seconds of haste is a permanently attacking revolver. But the thing is, like, we don't care. Maybe you cut this, but then you lose 5 seconds of haste to just give haste to the revolver. I don't know. Honestly, the 20 damage... Oh, but then I can't put this there, and then we lose some damage in the process. I don't know. That's tough. I feel like it's almost ready to put out there, but I'm just not quite ready for it. It would be awesome to get the skill this time. Obviously the gold feather, but the skill would be nice too. Because we're critting fairly often. Like 1 in 4 times, which is really 1 in 2 times because we multicast. And then also you're critting 1 in 3 times, basically. So just to get more haste, we attack faster, less time for the opponent boards to get set up, and we just keep leaning into it. Unfortunately, it's going to be plumage, because it's always plumage. You can't even be mad about it. It just is what it is. I'll still take the gold, though. The gold isn't just for Orange Julian. It's also so we can, like, buy stuff, man. I think our upgrades are not too relevant except for you on mediums, and same with the med kit. So I'm gonna breach Apollo protocol, and I'm gonna go gumballs here. The yellow gumballs are obviously not good, but the extra crit chance adds up real quick. And even red gumballs, I wouldn't be upset, man. But the blues are what we want to see. It's like Bell and Sebastian said, the blues are still blue.
You look like a hardy one.
And we could just take something worth selling. But, I mean, a reroll for 1 is a given. That's a huge item, man. That's a huge item. 2-win dually. You think it's Little Salmon or Little Solemn? Like, sometimes I can be a little solemn. Like, if I'm watching Nosferatu or something, Lily Rose Depp got the kind of performance in that movie that makes me a little solemn. How'd you enjoy it? I'm asking you, asking me. I gave it a 4, I think. I gave it a 4 out of 5. But can I tell you, on my long ride on Saturday, I watched Poor Things, which I was remiss in having not seen up to this point. And without a doubt, thank you, Cutlass, for that, by the way. Without a doubt, I finished the movie thinking that it might be one of the best movies I've ever seen in my entire life. And also, I don't want to get into the objectivity of it. Let's change the sentence. Thinking that it was one of my favorite movies that I'd ever seen. Poor Things comes highly recommended, man. Character of Bella Baxter, one of the most fully realized characters on film with one of the most satisfying arcs. I enjoyed it immensely. And I was a big lobster head, but I think Poor Things clears the lobster. And my Yorgos rankings, I gotta put Poor Things number 1. It made an impact on me. I'd say Lobster number 2, Favorite number 3. And I still need to see Killing of a Sacred Deer. Anyway, this is not here nor there. I just thought I'd keep you updated, because I'm not streaming tomorrow, because tomorrow's Victoria Day, so I gotta give you a little... Yeah, I gotta get my banter muscle exercised a little bit. Lifesteal, I think, guarantees us 10 wins. So, of course, I'm going to fight this guy for a chance to get to 10 wins. He also has a lot of stuff that, honestly, if he dropped, wouldn't be that bad. Spices that go off after Orange Julian would be an enormous increase in our damage, even with only 1 ammo. There's some stuff that wouldn't be, like, so great, but it's even then, I don't think it's that bad. It's nice that it goes diamond, but it's not really that relevant. Poison. Poison's interesting. What happens? I've just got to see what Orange Julian does on poison. He poisons 9. That seems pretty bad. And you give 213 damage, so you'd be doing like 30 poison every time you go off. I actually feel like the play here is Poison Revolver. Rather than do one big hit of poison, let's emphasize our ability to get through shields with stacking poison with the revolver. Could be wrong, but that's my methodology. The other option, I think, was a random enchantment. And that requires thinking, so that's like, you know that's out already. Let me get a transformation here. Turbo Axe. Every 8 seconds, hey, super crazy guy, I don't want to deal with you. I think you look like what we want, but you're not what we want. Is it better to have you? Yeah, every 3.9 seconds, you'll do 49 damage. You give everything 9 damage. I have to just, like, not to be insulting, but we don't need 9 damage on all of our weapons, because if we survive for 8 seconds, then Orange Julian just gives, like, 30 times that to every weapon. So this, I mean, Pig is kind of a nightmare right now, but let's just see, man. Let me put it out there in no uncertain terms. I'm very glad that I took Poison Revolver. Now their HP is gonna stack to a nutty degree, but the poison, if we could just get it over top of your regen, it's starting to work. You deserve this. If you play Pig at this stage of your life, you deserve this, okay? Pay the iron price and be happy that you even got to dance the tango against Vanessa. That's good stuff, man. You did still do a lot of damage. Actually, dude, Piranha's kind of the GOAT, huh? If anything, you're kind of like our weak link right now, which is weird. I think we might want weapon skills instead of diamonds. First 4 times you use a weapon, charge an item. When you crit, your weapons gain 5. 5 damage is meaningless. Things going off fast. If this even hits Orange Julian a third of the time, that feels good to me. Alright, boys, give me some mediums and larges. It'd be nice to get you to the next level.
I love them all.
Alright. I don't think we have the kind of money to be like buy-selling right now. And Orange Julian is already doing great work. Okay, one of these days you're gonna become something incredible. You're very interesting, man. But I even with the multicast, I just don't think you're that good unless I can get Orange Julian to go off first. In which case you could probably clear up. Well, piranhas do double crit damage though. It's a tough call. Honestly, a tough call. Wait, you haste? Yeah, you haste an item. It's all in service of trying to get Orange Julian charged up. He got a second long charge. Look at that. He went off so much faster. There's no way to guarantee that that'll happen, but I appreciate it nonetheless. I mean, maybe a pendulum? A pendulum to get Orange Julian charged. Okay, I mean, gold is great for us. Gold is awesome, man. Not to mention you can use the currency. And the monster skills can break the game. Don't need more ammo, really. Unwavering is an interesting skill that I don't need. I do feel like it's insanely expensive, but slowing an item for 6 seconds could stop their engine from kicking into gear. What do you got? You use a relic or an enchanted item, charge this 2 seconds. Turbo piranhas, man. I think that's actually the play. We don't have a ton of runway because we're late in the game. I think we got enough runway to replace our piranhas with hasted piranhas and just get everything going faster. What do you got here? Igloo? Igloo seems bad. Snow globe seems bad. Cold room feels bad. What does this do? You burn. Do you scale at all? If you don't scale, I actually... Oh my god, what was that, man? Okay, they've obviously rinsed me. They've rinsed me verily. How did this... How did you get so stacked? Oh, when you freeze, it gains burn. It's stacked in the most obvious way you ever could have imagined. Still, I feel okay. So I would say the gimme is you replace one of your smalls with a turbo piranha. And it could just be as simple as that, but you do double crit damage, which I think is very interesting, man. I think I want that. Would be nice to stay alive, too. But we got so many smalls, there's no way we're not getting an upgrade here, right? I'm not buying and selling for 2 extra damage. It's gotta be a little bit more meaningful than that. We're not really a haste or an ammo build, so to speak. I also feel like if we get good enough haste, dive weights can disappear.
I make you a more
100 max health for the fight. When you haste or slow, charge this 1 second and it has multicast. I just don't feel like we do that enough. For that, it's an I guess we should have bought it so we could have transformed the shiny, man. I'll give you that one. Now I'm feeling a little bit bearish here. I don't feel like we want to go Awakened District. Because we don't hit hard right off the bat. We hit hard later. It'll be interesting if we get the diamond skill, though. Smalls charge large is such a good skill. Just a question of... Do we want to rework the whole build? I'm feeling a little bearish on restorative Calico Critter, man.
Maybe a skirmish.
It is like our only defense, but interesting. Maybe our best defense is actually like a good offense, bro. You ever consider that? Turbo Revolver's kind of crazy. I mean, it's coming out there. Haste an item for 1 second when it goes off. I'm sorry, man. I'll figure out what to do with you. I just think this is better at getting kills, which is what we need. Smalls and mediums. We're gonna have to sell something. Let's sell you. You've done your part. You've made Obsidian Julian that much better. We have so much gold now. The gumballs. If only we had a cove, but that's okay. We got enough gold to not sweat it too much. It'd be crazy to get enough XP to level here. I thought I would say it just on the off chance that it came to pass. Just an item for a second. Small friend, transform. I guess I mean, there is that, but the upgrades tend not to be worth that much. The transformations could be everything, man. That's pretty bad for this stage of the game. We have a level 12 Vanessa. What a coincidence, I'm also a level 12 Vanessa. My son is also named
You
Bort.
should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Bazaar.
This will be interesting.
We're out to
Because the last one, that pig was just, they're going to 10. This will be more of a test to figure out, like, if we got a shot. And right away, I like our odds, just because, like, I don't think that seaweed's really going to pop. Too much, at least. The Arbalist is going to be real spooky. The Arbalist is going to cause us insane problems. Wait, some crits, please? My lord? My lord! My lord!
another round.
It wasn't even that close. We were at least a second away from Oblivion. Me, when I lose by a second, wow, we almost won. Why are you doing so much more damage? I guess it just comes down to the fact you must have critted more often. Interesting.
Ride that tide.
Interesting.
Don't tell me.
Of course, we would like you to go off a second faster. It's actually extremely important. I'm not even going to put it in percentage terms. It's just like you going off is what wins the round for us. So, also what wins the round for us. And I'm going in here, man. 6 seconds to get 5 seconds of haste. I can't get rid of something that does double crit damage, but I can get rid of a bayonet to put out another piranha, I think. I probably should have looked at how much damage the bayonet does, because I know it goes off as often as the revolver. I know I just sold an enchanted item, but we gotta manage the space in the bag, bro. This is a good old-fashioned gumball run, man. Nobody builds through the draft anymore. By that I mean, you know, instead of being patient and stocking your prospect pool with 40 blue gumballs, everybody these days is just about, oh, I'll just get Crow's Nest and go to 100% crit. We're doing it the right way, man. We're doing it the old-fashioned way. Almost feel like a holsters over dive weights might be the play. Dive weights is reusable, don't get me wrong. And people think I hate dive weights as an item. I really don't. I think it's an amazing item. We could even... No, I'm sorry. I was going to say we could cut Cutlass, but I can't cut something that does double crit damage. The one exception was Restorative Calico, which just had a cooldown that was too slow, I think. We're doing this to get haste going off faster, because the haste is what's going to win us the game. If it could even apply to Orange Julian, but a single time... Okay, we're going off quick, though. Shiny holsters would really hit the spot. This time, this piranha was the star. Okay. Something's gonna crit you. That's the important part. Yet another transformation. Okay. Well, I don't really want to sell it, to be honest with you. But I have to sell something. I'm going to sell the dive weights, and I can't believe it. I'm going to sell the bayonet. And why am I doing that? I'm doing that so I got space for 5 gold chocolate bars. With no heals, I think we need to stack defense. This way. It's the only way we know how. And I'll take a temporary boost in HP. Don't be mad.
Now this is how you win a war.
We go HP because 25 damage pales in comparison to what we get out of Orange Julian. 5 or fewer items. 5 or fewer items. Those are not too relevant to a player like me. If you have a vehicle, when you use an item with burn, double the damage of your large weapons. If you have a vehicle, reduce your... If you have a, okay, you know what? We're taking conflagration because maybe we'll get a burn enchantment.
Underestimate me.
I don't even remember what it was. It was like when you use an item with burn, it gains 3 burn.
You are dust. I will remain.
Yep. I don't think that's going to be much. First time you fall below half health each fight, destroy an item? For the fight? You're going to destroy one of my items? Never mind!
I learned a century.
What the heck just happened, man? What hit us? Oh, this hit us for 6,000. Deal damage equal to the regen plus the burn on both players. I guess you did have a ton of regen. Max got some interesting builds, man. Some interesting builds that are not just like monkey plus gun. Even though this works with our synergy, we just don't care, man. We just don't care.
What's your favorite color?
We don't need 3 extra burn every time something goes off. We need shiny Orange Julian.
Now this object is a color in my
That's haste Orange. Does it haste all items?
Failed you, father.
Haste 2 items for 4 seconds is not nothing, man. I mean, that's 8 seconds of haste every 8 seconds. Now, regular Piranha. You do have a higher crit chance, so I don't do this willy-nilly. You gotta cut holsters, right? To put out the... We might be cooked, y'all.
The Bazaar's a crazy.
Why am I even at this shop? You should be taking freebies at all opportunities here. The Piranha Monkey Gun build, I'm not sure if it would be recommended, but I also think we're about to die to Property Baron. But if we win, rest assured, we'll get some items that will do basically nothing for us, so there is that. Okay, let me see that haste. We're so close to almost making this tick, man. Oh, we were there! How did you hit me? You weren't even charged. It did do 5,000 damage, I guess. There is that. I don't really like our odds against Frost Street Champion.
Wind is warm perfume.
I do think we're kind of built for... Well, to be honest with you, Pendulum to charge Orange Julian faster would be kind of enormous.
Your strength
We could
is
probably dump the Cutlass for it. I think maybe the Cutlass is holding us back. But we need to actually get it. I was so sure we were going to get it. Even you're kind of interesting, because we'll crit a lot, and then you'll have like a 1 second cooldown. You know what? I'm inclined to just run you just to see how it works, man. I recognize you don't have multicast, but you going off faster is kind of interesting, at least. We don't really need to enchant you. To be honest, we do want to crit a lot, actually. Free plus 25% crit chance on you. That means something to me. It means something to me these days. You're done. You're done. You're not getting sold because I don't need to transform anything. It's just too dangerous. With 5 spaces left and 60 gold,
Rally, men! Blades
we're
to
building
the
a
wind.
little bit out of the pocket here. That's no good. But it's certainly interesting. This might be the end of the video here. Who do we got? We got a 9-win Vanessa on 1 level above us. I don't think that means we're completely cooked. I do think we need to live for more than 10 seconds. And against Vanessa, that's up in the air sometimes. The Obsidian Water Wheel, Restorative Shot Glasses, some Dooley... Let's be honest, I'm just not going to be able to figure out what's going on here. I feel like all of our stuff is going to be slowed. Apparently, we're also going to inherit a ton of burn.
Bring her back.
We got there.
I've got another
You had a
son.
1 second cooldown. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Let me just take a peek at the damage here. I had a feeling we had something going on. 3,000 damage out of you. 67 damage out of you. Were you just destroyed at the start of the fight? Like, what happened? You only got to shoot once? Were you permanently slowed? I actually... can I see a replay? Okay, so it shot... and then received so much slow that the fight was over by the time... Okay, alright. Well, I mean... Thank God we had Magic Carpet, man. Now, are we gonna throw another Piranha out there? It's kind of hard to justify. The only thing I could say is that another Turbo Piranha would give us haste. I guess you could replace your 44% crit chance non-Turbo Piranha with a 32% crit chance Piranha. Turbo Piranha. Yeah, okay. I don't know if that's the right play, but I do know that our board looks really funny. We only have them out here for haste. And our Revolver is a faster haster. I do like the poison enough, and Magic Carpet inherits a bunch of damage and then is ideally going to go off every second. Which is really what we needed there for. Its crit chance is pretty bad, but we got it in the crit chance position, right? On the far right. I'm not too worried about right-handed. Oh, there is no crit chance position, bro. This is like the 10th time we fought Trash Titan. And I'm not even upset for some reason. Man, if we could just get... I know we have holsters, but if I could get a skill that would just make everything go off a little bit faster, that would really hit the spot. It's over already?
We barely got our flags up.
Diamond Ectoplasm. It's like a possible transformation target, but really I think the shield is just going to be better.
Kingdom.
I'm going to assume we can make your cooldown decrease faster, but I don't think we really care. I think we need a skill more than anything else. First time you haste, freeze an item for 4 seconds. Maybe not the kind of thing that wins a run by itself, but at this point I think that's good enough to stick with and not be upset about. Let's see what we got here. Level 17, Hugh Ghazi's kind of a crazy name. Level 17 Vanessa on 8 wins. So they peaked later, which is also kind of scary. Tortuga's nutty, man. Jason Friends or... Oh, jeez, I haven't even done anything yet.
You move in straight lines.
It's not good when you look at your opponent's board and you see a bunch of particle effects and then yours is just stuff slowly ticking up. But you know what? That was a good 9 win. Anytime you got piranhas on the board and you don't totally crap the bed, I think you're feeling pretty good about it. For now, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. I've said a great deal. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future. I'll see you next time. Later!